So obviously shocking news has broke. Damian Lillard has officially been traded to the Bucks. And I kind of just wanted to, go over like first of all what this means for Milwaukee, what this means for the NBA, and I wanted to kind of go over the trade, like what actually was given up, who was traded. So going down the list here, obviously Damian Lillard will be a Buck. It's a three-team trade. Phoenix was also involved within this trade. And Portland's going to get Drew Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, Milwaukee's 2029 first round pick, unprotected. And they have a swap rights to 28 and 2030 first round picks. The Suns are going to get Nurkic, Grayson Allen, and those are pretty much the only big players of note there. And if you're really looking at it, Bucks didn't really have to give up that much. I mean, you have to give up that pick and you have to give up Drew Holiday, who Drew Holiday was definitely their second best player at this point, since Middleton is kind of getting up there in age. But for a guy of the caliber of Damian Lillard, this is a pretty good deal, and I think it's a good deal for Portland too. You get DeAndre Ayton to kind of pair with the guy that they just drafted, and now Drew Holiday is going to give good experience as well to that team, younger team now. So I think Portland wins this trade too. I think this is a two-way win here. The Suns get more depth, which they desperately needed. Like Grayson Allen's going to be a good depth piece for them. Nurkic is a pretty capable big. We've seen him do pretty well in certain games. So I think everybody in this trade, at least on paper, it looks like a win for pretty much everybody. And you got to think about it. If you're Milwaukee, you're able to keep Middleton, who I know is getting older, but still, a key component, top three player within that system, and you're able to keep Brook Lopez. So I mean, they kept their guys here. So this is definitely good news for Milwaukee. And I think that if you take that combination of Dame Lillard and Giannis, that is going to be very difficult to defend in the NBA. Giannis is already unguardable. Now he's got a guy where he can kick it out to one of the better three-point shooters in the game and a guy that can create as well. How many open plays is Giannis going to have after this? And if you're really looking at who can really compete with them within the East, I mean, I get the West, I'm sure the Lakers could D him up, and I'm sure that Lakers maybe couldn't beat them, but they could definitely D him up. They have the defensive capabilities. But the Nuggets would definitely be tough on them. But in the East, I mean, you got Boston, who's lost Marcus Smart, and who was one of their better defenders. And you got Miami, Miami's got to be crushed today because Dame was he was all over the news that he was going to Miami, that it was pretty much going to be a done deal at some point, and Miami can't get him. And now Miami just has Jimmy Butler, and I think that the Bucks, although the Heat have owned them in the postseason, I don't see a way where Miami, unless they go on a crazy run like last time, which they could shock me. But right now on paper, from what I see here, I don't know a way that the Bucks would be able to. I mean, the Heat would be able to compete with this new Bucks team. So overall, I'm looking at this as a win. If we were looking at just the trade by the numbers right now, where we sit today in late September, it looks like all three trades are going to be beneficial to their team. It looks like the Bucks are the best team in the East by far. It looks like Portland has a solid future ahead of them. But wow, Damian Lillard finally going to contender and finally going to be on a superior roster. It's good to see a player like that finally kind of get his shot, and we'll see. We'll see if he succeeds within it, because they should have an easy trip to the finals. In my opinion, they should have an easy trip to the finals. Maybe the Celtics give them a little bit of trouble. Maybe the Heat give them a little bit of trouble. But I don't see, if we're looking at talent here, it's not very close. So Damian Lillard, as of today, in late September, is a Milwaukee Buck. Him and Giannis will pair.